Well, this is my mother. Um, Great woman, still alive and kicking, beautiful. She's an individual. She's from Grenada. She was born there in 1942, during the time of the war, obviously. And she was considered a war baby. She was born into impoverishment. She came into this world. She had a great mother and father. Here she sees when she came. This is her passport. It says seamstress, Grenada, West Indies. Born 11th of November 1942. Height 5 foot 5 inches, black, etc. This is an important document for individuals. I'm just giving you an indication. Now, my mother, as an individual, she's Scorpio like me. I'm the 8th, she's the 11th. We really do think the same way. She's very inquisitive about every aspect of life. And I want to say to individuals, she was part of one of the individuals that introduced me to this natural sciences. At the 8 years old, my parents bought me a microscope. And we did a lot of things at home. I had a little lab space at home where I looked at different materials, etc., etc. Partly why they did that because I wanted to be an aviator, I wanted to be a pilot. And it was important for my parents to develop my inquisitiveness, to learn about learning, the art of learning, and how to explore. Because as an engineer, aircraft technician would have to do that, would have to fly solo. So I'm just giving you an indication how that really started. And this is it. My father was born in 1935. He too was an individual who was into design. My father into fashion like my mum. They're into design. West Indian parents were very much into design, but my father was also into art. My mum, she did basically did amazing hair plaiting. My mum did knitting. My mum did sewing, my mum did crochet, everything you could think of to do with design. My mum did it in the home, making curtains, etc., etc. And this is my father. He was an individual very much in fashion and design. He is an individual who got qualification, creative textiles, waiting for competitions. This is him. He went back and started to look at African practices of doing art. You know, amazing gentleman as an individual. He too was part of making me become inquisitive, and both my parents wanted me to become inquisitive, so they created an avenue for me to do that, and that was having a chemistry set at home. Do you understand? I'm just using this one. This was a new one I bought, which was to give people an understanding. My parents were born in the rural communities, and in the rural communities you learn about working off the land. You become inquisitive by the environment, the sounds that you hear, boom, 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 and they wanted us to have that knowledge. Do you know what I'm saying? Is important. Blue UK Jazz Dance, just giving you insight into where my inquisitiveness came to develop my pioneering skills. Furthermore, my skills were enhanced by me doing sight and sound puzzle. This is me reach for the skies. I wanted to become an aviator, aeronautical engineer. My father used to always draw cars. He had a really intense love for cars. He got that from being Jamaica, but he got it from America. He was there from 55 to 61. He loved cars, he loves aeroplanes, etc., etc. He loved all type of design. And this is what I still collect today, because I have an interest in aviation. This is a jigsaw puzzle which I use to really just keep my concentration as a person with dyslexia. It's important people understand that. Both of my parents are kinesthetic learners. Both of my parents have special education needs. My father had dyslexia, my mum had dyslexia. But you need to understand the kinesthetic needs development of these parents came from slavery. You have to understand the colonialization, not having an ability to have education, because both of my parents didn't have an education. My dad had a primary education, but he never had a secondary. And that changed how they think and see the world. They have to be action learners. I'm a person with dyslexia. I had to learn the world for action learning. The best thing my parents could have done for me was they gave me this chemistry. They gave me a chemistry step like this. And basically that led to me learning to explore, investigate, and experiment. And that's how I've developed a lot of things in my life as an action learner. Go engage in it kinesthetically, tried new things, then I had journals. They've got me private. From 8 years old changed my life. That's why I took this. I like it because what happened shows 8 years old on it. And basically my life changed at 8. I was extremely bullied from 6 to 8 and I had to come back and get rehabilitation counselling. I was a gentleman from 8 to 26 people having rehabilitation counselling. He was my academic coach, life coach, business coach, project management coach, sports coach. This gentleman, also Ray Blackman, did a lot of things alongside my mother and parents as coaches and mentors, but he was an academic coach. That's what he was brought in for. And he really shaped my mind to be more inquisitive also. Blue UK Jazz Dance, just giving insight into my inquisitiveness, how it developed.